Grab your tea and a pen. What is wisdom anarchy, and how is it beneficial to us, the colonized? Let's start from the top. I wrote an essay on information anarchy to find why I do not take sponsorship. I think it's counterintuitive and disingenuous as someone who is in public education on the internet. Doesn't make sense for me to sell my opinion. So what is information anarchy and how does one practice it? Which, of course, we have to define terms. Information among many things, and these notes are available on my Substack. It's data, it's fact. They're collected and curated for specific purposes. Information is what we know to be true. It's unacceptable and acceptable truth. It's knowledge, and knowledge that includes delivery, meaning that the information that you might get from a video or a podcast is different than the information that you'd get from elders or books. Further on, what is anarchy? Anarchy, shortly defined, is the absence of human-made rule or ideologies against hierarchy. Now, if we're talking about humans and human-made rule, other than, it's a lot of things, community care, decentralization of power, we have to think about, well, what is human? What is human in this society? This is a quick and dirty post-humanism 101, but human is the societal position that is predicated on worth. There are lots of building blocks to humanity that are defined as rights, which can be given and taken away depending on the citizenship status you hold, the lack thereof, your state, your government, and what it is that you look like, feel like, smell like, what it is you have access to. Access is what makes human. If we're to move away from hierarchy that is defined by human, that also means we have to move away from capital H human in the first place. But thinking about information anarchy, the two together, it's going to create the possibility for us to think about what is post-humanism, what is beyond human in the first place. And further, this is where we land on wisdom anarchy. Do we think that wisdom and information are the same thing? And the answer was no. Kinda. When asked what information was, people use words like data, facts, knowledge that is verifiably true or untrue, the existence of something that is capital T true and capital U untrue in the first place. Wisdom was more so body-led. It was what you knew in your person, from your genes, from the epigenesis of your genes to the things that you heard orally from your parents, etc. Wisdom anarchy might be particularly helpful for colonized people who are trying to get a spiritual or some sort of divine backbone for what it is we know to be true when acting on our behalf and acting for our liberation. And I can't stop thinking about it. You know who is practicing wisdom anarchy? Jujube. This is a whole Oshun priestess making free information about African traditional religions. It has literally, listening to this podcast has spiritually radicalized me. I don't take sponsorships specifically so that I can uplift people in my community. It needs a little bit of coin. I've slid some coin. I'm going to continue to. If we could, $1. If you made it to the end of this video and you can spare $1, please. There is nothing else. There's nobody else doing that kind of work. It's Zora Neale Hurston work. And Zora Neale Hurston died penniless in an unmarked grave because she was not appreciated when she was alive. I don't want that for us. I speak abundance over our competent and incredible spiritual leaders. How do we support one another in our efforts for anarchy? Thank you all for helping me think.